45 to life. That's Lynn Campbell, singer-songwriter from Lifford, who I've known a long time now, and I'm delighted. Lynn is joining me in the studio. She's a new album coming out soon. Lynn, you're very welcome indeed.
Thank you very much.
I better put up your mic. You sound much better when we put up the mic.
Thanks very much.
Eventually, you've got around to finishing the album.
Yes, it took me 12 years, but I have finally. I was in no rush, but it's finally here. I'm delighted.
Because, you know, like we've been playing your songs on the radio here for the last couple of years. And some great songs you had, like that one there, you had Romance is Long Dead, to name but a few. When did you, for any of our listeners now, when did you get into the songwriting first?
It was a complete fluke. Like a lot of people, I would sing away in the car to myself.
Yeah.
Never had any notion of songwriting at all. And I was off work one day and one of my boys was off school. He was sick, I think, and I had to run an errand to Balbuffet. So I was flicking through the TV stations before I left, and Jerry Springer was on, God rest him. And this man was on TV and admitted to having an affair in front of his wife. And I thought, this guy's crazy. He's absolutely crazy, and he done this live on TV. So I didn't see the end of the show. I had to head on up to Balbuffet for my mum. And I was driving up the road in the car, and I was thinking, I wonder what happened after the show, or what happened backstage. Did she leave him, or is she going to take him back? And, was there a big fight behind stage like there was on stage? And I thought, God, that would make a good song. And I started thinking of lyrics, and I had never done this before.
Yeah.
And by the time I got back from Balbuffet, which was about an hour later, I had the first verse and chorus written in my head to Please Try.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, this is kind of fun. So over the next few days, said nothing to anybody. I just wrote it out on a piece of paper, and I thought, I'll finish this. So I did. And when I finished it then, I thought, I really enjoyed doing this. This was fun.
Yeah.
I thought, what'll I do next? And like I said, no experience in songwriting or anything like that. And I thought, I didn't know what do you do? Do you just maybe try and write another one? And then I thought, well, maybe just use my imagination and write about what I thought myself happened next.
Yeah.
So I did the next song. And then when that was done, I thought, well, maybe I'll write a song, what happened before. And I went back and forward until I realised that I had written a whole album, but with the whole album being a storyline. So each song is a story in itself. So
kind of based on the same characters, possibly?
Just
or?
These fictional characters now called Jack and Mary.
Yeah.
So if you listen to any of the songs, you won't think you're missing out. Every song is a story in itself. But if you listen to the songs all in the correct order as they appear on the album, you'll get the storyline. And on the album as well, there's a little note of explanation of what the storyline is all about to help you follow it too. So that was the only way I knew how to write.
And apart from the write, what about the music? How did you do the music yourself, or did you get somebody?
Melodies, I made them up at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't, when I'm writing a song, I can't sit down to write a song and not have the melody. It kind of appears at the same time.
Yeah.
Or sometimes if I go to bed at night and I've absolutely nothing in my head, it's not unusual for me to wake up the next morning with a full song written and the melody to it as well. There's one song on the album though called Stupid and Crazy, and that is actually my favourite song.
Yeah.
But the melody for that is not mine. It belongs to Eamon Patrick Walsh. And I contacted Eamon. I was coming to Letterkenny one night, and I was in the middle of writing Please Try. When I say writing, I mean making it up in my head. And I was in the middle of writing it, and I had my own melody, but I had just bought Eamon's album. So I was listening to his album in the car at the same time. And so when we got to Letterkenny, I was listening to one of his songs, and then I started going back to my own song and thinking again, about it. And then I thought, the lyrics that I'm after writing is matching up well with this song.
Yeah.
And then I started singing my song to his melody. And I thought, oh, okay. And then I very quickly forgot my own melody. And to this day, I can't remember what my own melody was.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to do anything about that song because I figured, it's not, I didn't consider it mine because it was his. So I contacted him one New Year's Eve and I said, would you be interested in, being a co-writer? I've had this song that I've been writing in my head, but the melody is yours. He says, absolutely, Lynn, go ahead. And he's a fantastic guy. And
Where's he from?
I think Wicklow, I think it is he's from. But his album is amazing as well. He's a brilliant singer-songwriter. I must send you some of his stuff if you haven't got it.
Yeah.
But I was all delighted then because it meant that I could finally do something with it. So I was so happy and so honoured that he allowed me to do it because it does form part of my storyline as well.
And you were telling me one time, Lynn, that through the songwriting, you kind of got in with a group of other songwriters. Like there's a lad over in Eamon Fitzpatrick, is it?
Seamus Fitzsimmons.
Seamus Fitzsimmons over in England, and then you have Dan Washburn over in Canada. Who's another guy. How did you come in contact with the lads first?
After I was here in Highland Radio in 2013, I was listening to Paddy Keeney, the Paddy Keeney show, his shows one night, and he had a singer on, and I was listening to the interview, and I was very shortly after I had just finished writing, it was 8 tracks at the time of the album, but it's now 11, I think. And my aunt said to me, look, why don't you contact, Paddy? So Paddy, absolute gentleman that he is, he says, why don't you come up to Highland Radio next week? And I thought, oh my God. But I came up anyway, and I came in here, and he played a few of the tracks, the original versions of the tracks. Yeah. And it was Paddy really that gave me the confidence that, maybe I did have the ability to do this. Yeah. Because I was very much doubting myself. And at this stage, my family really still didn't even know that I had done this. When I came on Paddy's show, it was a complete shock to everybody. So it was him really that gave me the confidence to do it. And then after that, it took me about another year. The boys were very young at the time, so I didn't have much time to spend on music. But about a year later, I was listening into a friend's show. She has her own radio station in Scotland, Mary Kathleen Burke. And I was friends with her for about a year, and I had never told her that I wrote songs. So one Tuesday night, I thought, okay, I'll mention this to her for the crack and see what she says. So I said, Mary, by the way, I've written an album, would you have a wee listen to it? So she had me as her featured artist on the Thursday night. Yeah. And on the Friday then, she started sending the songs to other DJ friends that she knew. And very quickly, my songs started getting played. And then there was another radio station then down the country that had a wee chat room where all the listeners could go in and talk. And I was in there, and a few of the other singers were in there. And that's where I got introduced to Seamus Fitzsimmons from Stoke-on-Trent.
Thomas Jackman too, wasn't it?
Thomas Jackman is in there as well, yeah. And Dan Washburn from Canada, and a few other of the guys as well. We're like a music family. Yeah. And very, very quickly became friends, and we got to meet up a few times, and they're great, for advice and things like that.
I suppose bouncing ideas off each other.
Oh, absolutely. And we've had some, crazy collaborations as well. Like I've written another song with Dan. And like you actually heard the song last year, but we've never released it. It's called Irish Women Could Rule the World.
Great song.
And
I think I might have it somewhere.
It's a cheeky song. It's a bit cheeky, but it was fun to do.
Bring it out.
We should. We really, really should.
It's really, really good.
Dan does the vocals on it, and he is fantastic. And it's very much in line. It's like a more spoken than sung. It's kind of like that song A Boy Named Sue.
That's right.
Where it's not all melody. It's kind of like nearly spoken. So that was the kind of the idea behind that one. But it was very cheeky and very funny. And then Seamus Fitzsimmons, I've written a few with him as well, but we haven't released them yet. A lot of it takes a lot of time, and when you're working full time and you're a parent and a wife, and because music for me at the minute is still pretty much a hobby, I really only do it, when I have the time. That's why it's taken so long to get this far with the album.
And come here, have you ever tried to get any of established artists to do some of your songs? Do you ever try to pawn them off to anybody, like?
Not really. We thought with some of them that I had written with some other people that, would maybe do that, but didn't really know how to do that. And for me, the most important thing for me at the time was getting this album done and getting it ready, because it took so long to get there, to get the songs redone and, redone properly with like lots of live, musicians and live instruments and stuff. Absolutely. It's certainly something that I would love if an established artist, took one of my songs. And like because I have the second album ready, I have the second album written. It's just getting the time to do it.
And I suppose the songs you do, your genre, you're kind of a mixture of Americana, folky rather than the Irish. The Irishy kind of country thing is more folky stuff that Paul and Jimmy would be playing. Like
this first album, it's kind of country and easy listening. Yeah. There's American country in it. There's a lot of easy listening in it, and then there's the kind of maybe the folky style as well. I've started leaning more recently into having maybe the accordion and the violin in there. I really love those instruments, but when I'm writing a song, I have no idea at the time what it's going to be like. I never sit down to write a song. I've never sat down to write one. I'd literally I'll be coming home from work in a car and I'll sing one sentence and I'll think, yeah, okay, I'll run with that. And I never know what the style is going to be like until the song's finished.
Steady. Have you recorded all over with Terry in Ballybuffet?
Yes.
You do. Well, hard to beat Terry.
Terry is amazing. He's an absolute gentleman and I would be lost without him.
Yeah.
He's done wonders for me. It's when you're working with Terry, it's not just, going in and starting to sing and he'll record you. Terry will get you involved with the whole process and, take you through it and teach you, and he will guide you. He'll ask you, what you like, if there's things that I want to change, or he would also make his own suggestions as well. Yeah. And it's very much a collaboration with him. But to say that he is the musical genius behind, almost everything. It was easy for me to sit down and write the songs and make up the melodies in my head. But Terry has just this ability to get into your head and hear what you're thinking yourself. And then when he makes the music, then he just brings everything to life. He's brilliant.
Come here, let's hear another song from the album now. Tell us about this one, Romance is Dead.
Romance is Dead. This is the part of the story where at the start, the story of Jack and Mary, it's about a love story turned sour. So Romance is Dead is a part of the story when things have started to turn sour and Jack and Mary are arguing a lot. So this is a duet featuring Dan Washburn, of course, and it also features Garth Brooks' lead guitarist, Chris Lusinger. He's a friend of Dan's, actually, and when I was looking for a guitarist, to work on the song, Dan said he would ask his friend Chris, and I didn't realise he meant this Chris. So I was very shocked and very honoured at the time when Chris said yes to do it. So Chris was recording it in his own studio that he has at home, and between rehearsals for Gareth's Irish tour. And he was only supposed to play one guitar.
Yeah.
But he told Dan that he was having so much fun that he actually played 3 different guitars. So Dan worked his magic over there. Then they sent it to Dan over in Dan's studio in Nashville. And Dan got it all fixed up and sent it over to Terry. And we got everything added together then.
Right, we'll have a listen to it.
Yeah.
3 in the morning and you're stinking of beer. Just go to your bed, don't come anywhere near me. I'm sick and tired of it being this way. Tired of pretending everything's okay. Tired of spending the weekend nights alone. Tired of wondering if you're ever coming home. There must be something better, someone out there for me who'll treat me me around the bend and romance is long dead.
The weekend is coming, baby, what's it gonna be? Another night, another fight, trying to control me. I'm sick and tired of it being this way. Tired of pretending everything is okay. Tired of the shouting, the arguments the same. Tired of the fighting and me getting blamed. Never used to be like this, we used to live in bliss. Is it something we can mend? We can't go on like this.
There's no passion, no loving, no kissing, no hugging, no dating, heartache for the nights we'd be making love. Baby, can't you see there's nothing left for you and me? The only thing I'm feeling is the closing door and you leaving. No whining, no dining, no romancing, no dancing, no giving life rhythm to the full, so we're not missing out. Baby, can't you see there's nothing left for you and me? You're driving me around the bend and romance is long dead.
Go ahead, baby, tell me how it's gonna be.
I don't care anymore, I'm tired of you hurting me.
You're making me crazy and you're driving me mad.
You're gonna lose the best thing the best of you ever had.
Let's go back, darling, right back to the start.
Yeah, right, another chance for you to go and break my heart.
I promise to be faithful, I promise to be true. If you promise to stop nagging and annoying me too.
There's no passion, no loving, no kissing, no hugging, no dating, heartache for the nights we'd be making love. Baby, can't you see there's nothing left for you and me? The only thing I'm feeling is the closing door and you leaving. No whining, no dining, no romancing, no dancing, no giving life rhythm to the full, so we're not missing out. Baby, can't you see there's nothing left for you and me? You're driving me around the bend and romance is long dead.
There she goes. That's Lynn with Dan Washburn and Romance is Long Dead. And as I say, that's featured on the album as well, Lynn, isn't it?
It is, yes.
I better put up your microphone. Works better.
Yeah, it is. It's a part of the story where things are starting to take a bad turn.
I just
There's
came,
a lot of
just while we
arguing.
were playing that, I came across the song with Dan about the Irish girls. We'll play
Did
it
you
li-
find it?
We'll play it on.
Oh.
We'll play it on a little later on. A good song it is
You're
too.
you're the only person that actually has that song.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't spread the word now, but it is a good. You'll have to definitely bring it out. You know, maybe on the next album.
Yeah, or Dan could release it himself, or if anybody that wants to release it, maybe if they're looking for something that's very different and a little cheeky, it's there too. But we did have a lot of fun writing it.
And I believe
Definitely.
Dan is coming over to your launch as well.
Yes, he is. We're going to Holland in 2 weeks' time to the Red Carpet Country Music Awards, the Fair Play Country Music Awards. It's a Friday and Saturday night over in Holland, and then he's flying back here instead of going back to Canada. He's going to be staying with Stevie McVeigh, who's another fantastic singer-songwriter, friend of ours as well from the north. So he's staying with him for a week. And I didn't actually realise he was staying for the week. So when I told him I was having my album launch, he says, Lynn, I'm going to be here. And I said, oh God, you have to come. So yeah, very, very lucky girl that he's going to be here. He is fantastic.
And who else are you going to have at the launch?
There's going to be Dan Washburn. He'll be doing probably mostly American country. Martin McColgan from Lifford, who now lives in Ballbuffet.
Right.
He duetted with me in another song on the album as well called Tell Me Why. Regina McDermott from County Roscommon. She was a Glór Tíre finalist
That's
as
right, I
well a few
remember
years
her, yeah.
ago. Lorraine Macaulay from Donegal Town.
Is that Lorraine from Ballyshannon, no?
Yeah.
I see she has an album launch coming up.
Her album launch is actually the week before mine.
Oh, very nice.
But she's a lovely lady. She's a
Lorraine,
really lovely
Lorraine
lady.
has been out in Canada doing very well with the
She is.
Carol
yeah.
Baker. She was doing her shows and she was doing it with Georgette Jones.
Yeah,
I've been seeing her
she's
post
been-
up on Facebook.
Yeah,
she's a
she's
busy
been
girl.
out there a few years now in a row. And I
Yeah.
think she's only just come back there
Just back,
recently.
yeah, that's right.
She's a fantastic songwriter as well. She wrote,
I had her up there one Wednesday night earlier last year.
Yeah, she wrote a hymn a hymn a few years ago as well, and I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Like, and I couldn't sit down to write a hymn. I couldn't. But it was called Dear Lord, Lay Your Gentle Hands Down. And it is the most beautiful hymn. It really is. But she's great. She's very, very talented. Plays a lot of instruments as well. And then Paul Hannigan, my cousin, he's a storyteller. He does storytelling through poetry.
Yeah.
And he's incredibly funny. He's really, really funny. And his imagination about simple things like telling a story about going to the swimming pool when we were young and we were all heading over to Strabane, with our plastic bags and our towels in it, and how he can turn it into a complete adventure. He's just incredible. So I'm really looking forward to hearing his stories as well on the night. And then Philip White from the Music Room.
Yeah.
He's going to be compere on the night too. So it's going to be a
all,
mix of everything for
and you're
everybody.
going to be all in court to do it, eh?
We're all, oh God, yes. Somewhere where some of us maybe might be a wee bit more used to it than others.
Oh, stop.
Only joking.
Come here, I'm not going to let you go yet. We'll play your new single just after news, but I have to take a break for the news, so hang around there. It won't be long, okay?
Will do.
Live, on air, online and on the Highland Radio app. This is Highland Radio News.
At 10, good evening, I'm Tina Gates. Portuguese media is reporting at least 15 people have died after Lisbon's famous Gloria funicular crashed. A number of others are injured. The pair of tram-like vehicles, which travel up and down a steep hill in the capital, are popular with tourists. Sky's Europe correspondent Siobhan Robbins says it appears to have derailed and careered downhill during evening rush hour.
They can carry around 40 people, and images from the scene show that the bottom car is undamaged, but the top car seems to have completely come off the rails. It's on its side. It's really badly damaged.
A shelter-in-place warning's in effect after reports of an active shooter at a college in the US. Massachusetts State Police are responding to reports of a man walking around the UMass campus near Boston with a gun. Today is the first day of classes after the summer break. A search of open land in North Dublin's likely to continue for a number of days as Gardaí investigate the disappearance of a young child. The boy, who is now presumed dead, hasn't been seen in 4 years. Taoiseach Simon Harris says it's important to let the investigation go ahead before speculating on what happened.
There will then be a broader conversation, as there should be, in terms of child safety, child protection, what happened in this case. Is there broader implications? But I think it's important we take this step by step, and I think the most important thing right now is allowing Garda Síochána to do their job.
TUSLA says it will carry out a review of all cases where it previously engaged with children and will do a follow-up welfare check. The agency's made the commitment to the Minister for Children after confirming it engaged with the boy at the centre of the searches in North Dublin. Minister Norma Foley says she wants assurances that there are no similar cases.
I asked the CEO, the Chief Executive of TUSLA, to undertake a wellbeing check on all cases, in particular in relation to children during COVID-19, particularly beginning with cases that were closed.
Successive governments have failed to do enough to provide adequate access to spinal surgeries for children. The Taoiseach made the admission today as the government launched a new national disability strategy. The plan makes commitments to improve the lives of disabled people in Ireland across public transport, education and access to the workforce. Micheál Martin says government's determined to finally tackle spinal surgery delays.
Successive governments have invested significant resources in terms of spinal surgery capacity. There has been increased surgeries, but not in no way sufficient or good enough. And there are fundamental issues, not just in terms of funding, but there are issues around governance.
4 people have been arrested during an operation into human trafficking following simultaneous searches this morning in Dublin and Brazil. Gardaí and their international colleagues are investigating human trafficking, organised prostitution, brothel keeping, along with other organised crime-related offences. 3 men in their 20s and 30s and a woman in her 20s are being questioned at Garda stations in Dublin. Donald Trump is accusing the leaders of North Korea, China and Russia of conspiring against the US at a summit in Beijing. Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping have met in person for the first time at a ceremony marking the end of the Second World War. Speaking with an interpreter, Mr. Putin's brushed off the US president's suggestion that they were plotting against the West.
We understand that they've got a good sense of humour in the US. Over the last 4 days, in the course of all sorts of negotiations, nobody said anything that was negative in relation to the current American administration.
And that's your latest news update at 4 minutes past 10.
Good evening, I'm Cameron Hill. Aoife Wafer is in contention to return for Ireland in their massive Women's Rugby World Cup clash with New Zealand this weekend. The back row hasn't played since the penultimate game of this year's Six Nations, having picked up a knee injury in that win over Wales. Scrum coach Dennis Fogarty is confident that Wafer will be ready to play a part in Sunday's Pool C decider in Brighton.
Yeah, she's bursting to go if the game is today. She's got to play it. So it's kind of, there's a bit of control in her and holding her back a bit, but she'll be ready, and we've no doubts when she gets onto the field she'll be bulling to go.
Tallaght Stadium will serve as Shelbourne's designated home venue for the league phase of the Conference League. The Reds had hosted all of the home legs of their qualifying campaign at Talca Park, but the venue does not meet UEFA requirements for this phase of the competition. Joey O'Brien's side will host Premier League outfit Crystal Palace, Swedish club Häcken and Trita of Kosovo in the league phase. There was one game in the SSE Airtricity Women's Premier Division this evening. Athlone Town have returned to the top of the table courtesy of a 2-0 win over Waterford at the RSC. FIFA have confirmed that dynamic pricing will be used when tickets to the 2026 World Cup go on sale from next week. Prices will start from €51 for the cheapest seats, with the best seats for the final set for around €5,700. But those prices could rise depending on demand. It's the first time that dynamic pricing will be used for a men's World Cup. The strategy was in effect for this summer's Club World Cup. And Monaghan have confirmed that Andy McEntee is joining Gabriel Bannigan's backroom team with the senior footballers. The Meath native will replace Andy Moran on the Farney's coaching ticket after the latter stepped away to take charge of Mayo. McEntee previously managed the Meath and Antrim footballers and guided Ballybowden to a Club All-Ireland in 2016. And that's your sport at 6 minutes past the hour.
Did you mean what you said last night when you called and you told me I love you? Was it true? Did you mean what you said last night when you called and you said you'd be home soon? Still waiting for you. 'Cause I'm sitting here alone, just thinking of you, and you know it's true. Did you mean what you said, or are you just taking me for a fool? Did you mean what you said that night when you said that I was the only one, the only one? Did you mean what you said, that life with me was great and so much fun, and so much fun? 'Cause I'm sitting here alone with nothing to do, just thinking about you. Did you mean what you said? Or are you just taking me for a fool? Maybe I'll get stronger. I'll start a brand new life now without you. Without you. And I'll get wiser and realize I'm better off without you. And you know it's true. And you know it's funny how I'll realize that I knew it all along. You were all wrong. And so I mean what I say. I'm not gonna spend my life this way. So I mean what I say. My brand new life is starting today. Starting today. And I mean what I say. That if you wanna be just friends, then that's okay. That's okay. I'm not sitting here. There's so many things to do now without you. And you know it's true. And I mean what I say. I wish you well on your way. And I mean what I say. I wish you well on your way.
That's a brand new single from Lynn Campbell. That's on her new album. And if you just join us, Lynn joins me in the studio tonight. Some singer, some song, Lynn.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So you get a little closer to your microphone so we can... Just while we were on the news there, a few messages came in for you. Dipna McCauley said, so proud of you, girl. Also, Barry Gallagher, very good. Sharon Rogers, go Lynn. Anne Biddy, best of luck, Lynn, with the album. Wishing you all the best. Dolores Dunleavy, beautiful singer. Best of luck with your new album, and sounds good. And that's from the Rosses. Also, Paul Gibson, good luck to you, Lynn, and brilliant. You're sounding good. So I'm telling you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
You always had
I
your
appreciate
own fan club anyway.
It would be a very small fan club.
When did you write that song, Lynn? That most recent single, has it been wrote a long time as well?
Yeah, that's been written quite a while as well. I haven't written a lot recently. Like I said earlier, I actually have the second album finished, but I haven't really done a lot about it. The one that I wrote recently, which was a complete shock to me, even though I was writing it, is it's classical. It's a duet, and it's half English, half Italian, and the male part of it, it's a tenor singing it.
Oh, it's not a Giulio Inglesi, is it?
Yeah, no, I wish I had him along with me, but no, and I thought I can't do a classical style song, and I tried to turn it into a country one, but I couldn't do it. But as like I said earlier, I don't know what the song's going to be like until it's finished, and all I could hear in my head was classical. So I wrote the lyrics out. I got them translated into Italian. The melody and all is made up, but it is more a classical song, and I'm really loving it at the minute because, like I said, I didn't sit down to write it.
Yeah.
It's like they appear in my head. So I thought, who's to say I can't write a classical song? I might as well try it. I'm sure I never know until I do it. So I'm hoping now. I did ask a tenor a few years ago. When the notion came into my head about it, would he be interested in recording it with me? And he said he would. So I need to go back to him now to make sure that he's still interested. If not, I need a tenner, if there's any tenors out there.
I could give you a fiver now. I don't have a tenner. But
oh, well, halfway there then.
Did you ever go to Nashville to Dan's place, you know, to go to get the vibe, you know?
Not yet, but it is on the cards.
Yeah, you would love it out there, you know.
I think I would.
You know, it's amazing. It's amazing. I've been out in Nashville a good few times, and the amount of people who are songwriters and they're there and they're never going to make it, you know, but they're there a long time and they would write some good songs. You know?
I think it's the whole atmosphere as well, and even like out there, you're kind of dealing with and working with, you know, the best. And there's so many people over there that you can collaborate off and work off, and I've promised Dan I would go out. And then I promised the family too that I would go out because they'll get to tag along for a holiday.
Yeah.
And we kind of love holidays in our house. So I will get there at some stage over the next few years, definitely.
So once again, hold up the CD there to the camera so people can see it. And
this one?
That's the one. And tell us about, it's out at the moment. Where can people get it?
Yeah, just contact me through Facebook. I know there's a lot of other social media places, but I'm not great with social media. Yeah. So if you go onto Facebook to Lynn Campbell Music and just send me a message through there, and it's available on CD and USB stick as well, because a lot of cars nowadays don't have CD players. But I like my CD player.
That's what I was just saying the other night on the radio. You know, I miss going into record shops and, you know, you buy when a new record had come out, you could.
Yeah.
I used to go into Gary Harvey, used to be on the main street in Letterkenny, or into Desi Fisher in Derry, and you'd ask them what's new coming out in country, and you'd get the thing into your hand. Whereas now it's nearly all you have to go to Spotify or stream it. Yeah. You know, you miss that. You know.
Yeah. Well, you'll get them on there as well. Like,
and you'll be selling it on the night of the gig as well.
Yeah, I'll have them available on the night, and the USB sticks and a few other wee things as well. But if anybody wants to listen to them now, the songs that I've released are all available on Spotify, and you can download them on iTunes, and they're all on like all the major downloading platforms.
Right, just before I let you go, we're going to play that song again that you were telling me yourself and Dan wrote.
Oh, Irish Women Could Rule the World.
Irish Women Could Rule the World. We're going to go out in that one.
Yeah, this is a funny, cheeky song. Yeah, but it was fun to write.
Lynn, thanks very much for popping up. It's been great. It's been great to get you up, and hopefully it'll be a great night on that particular night.
Yeah, so it's Friday the 3rd of October in the Courthouse in Lifford, and you can just ring Courthouse to book your tickets, or you can get them on eventbrite.ie as well.
Great stuff. Here's Dan.
You say there ain't much conversation when I'm 3 sheets to the wind, and your needs are needing so much